We're going to open Ashton Doolin's practice window. I'm so excited to get him back. Excited for the challenge this week against Jacksonville. They're playing really good football right now, all three phases, offense, defense, special teams. Quarterback's playing at a high level. Running back, defense, two edge rushers are playing good. So we're excited for the challenge to be back home again in Lucas Oil Stadium for a division opponent.
Anything new with Sauce today?
He's progressing well. He's progressing really well. We'll see how the week goes, but hopeful that, he can go this week.
You're not judging that trade by like 4 weeks, obviously, but has there been any frustration just in not being able to have that ability to get the results, at least initially?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, it's frustrating. You never want injuries to happen. Obviously, you get a big-time player, and, he goes through the calf injury. Would love to have him out there, so hopefully this week, we can get him back out there.
Shane, obviously there's still possibility your team can make the playoffs. What's the approach with yourself and just the mentality of this team winning this game this weekend?
Yeah, shoot, it's one day at a time. I've been giving that same message, and still we got a chance to get in, and we take it one day at a time, and we got a hell of a challenge this week. Obviously, we need some help from some other pieces, but again, we got a great opportunity against a division opponent, and execution fuels emotion, and we got to go and execute this week at home.
If the math says 2%, there's a 2% chance. What does that mean for you guys as a football team?
To me, there's a chance. There is a chance. I know they're slim, but we got to go out and do we got to control what we can control, and that's winning a football game on Sunday.
Sean, after these losses, you said a lot of this has you have to be better. You specifically.
Mm-hmm.
In what areas do you think you can be better? And I know it's not all you; it's a collective effort, but.
Yeah, I think just at the end, finding ways to win the close games. That's the biggest thing in this league is finding a way and putting our guys in the best position, to win those games. I always look at myself first. Anytime we lose, win, whatever it may be, and you always go back and look and be critical of yourselves in those situations and find ways to win. And that's the name of the game is win football games, and we got to find ways to win.
Shane, each week is its own week, new challenge. What is potentially the benefit, though, of having faced Jacksonville so recently, being able to draw upon what they did?
Yeah, there's obviously familiarity with them, schematically and what they're doing. Like I said, they're playing at a high level right now in all three phases. So we're looking forward to the challenge to get out there, have a great week of preparation, and get ready to go for Sunday.
We asked you before.
I know Bernie was able to get a practice in last week. Will anything change for him this week? Where is he in the status of the training?
Yeah, very hopeful for him this week. I know he's progressing really well, so we'll see how the week goes.
We've asked you before about Alec and what he's done, but again, from the time you've been here, where have you seen him grow as a receiver?
I think he's grown in all phases. Obviously, he can run down the field and catch, but I think the intermediate routes, the way he sees the game, the questions he's asking, reading coverages, finding dead spots in zone, the intermediate stuff, coming in and out of breaks, I think all that's taken a huge step, and I think that comes, with going through the process and growing and learning and making the contested catches. Obviously had a big game last week, making the contested catches for the 2 touchdowns. He just continues to make strides and improve and get better. It's been awesome.
As a coach, it must have impressed you that he didn't want to settle to be this, pigeonholed into being a deep guy. He's trying to expand his game.
Yeah, and those are conversations that we've had in the offseason of, opening up his route tree and certain things that he does, and he's been doing a great job of that, and he's taken that in full stride and winning the one-on-one matchups on the outside, whatever route combination or, one-on-one route we have for him. He's been doing that at a high level.
I know on Monday when you guys activated Buck, released Brett Rippon, and we have 2 active quarterbacks right now. Will anything change with Anthony this week? Would you have any thought of activating him before Sunday or see?
Yeah, not this week. We're going to see how this week progresses, and then we'll go from there.
You said not this week?
Yeah.
I know Travis Ward's been on IR, but how good is it just to see him around the team?
It's great. Obviously he's been through some things with the concussions, and to have him around, still engaged, it's been really good. So, he's been, besides the concussions, he's been great. Great energy, great mindset. These last couple of weeks.
Shane, Philip had a great game last week. At least those 3 quarters outside that interception. What is it about him that you're liking from him in these 2 games since his return?
Obviously been playing at a high level, the last couple of weeks, especially, on Monday night. I think his energy, his leadership that he's brought in the short time that he's been back, I think it's been infectious to the locker room. That's been huge, the way he goes about his business, the way he communicates with the players, the coaches, the vocal leadership. You know, he's a great leader, and obviously been around it for a long time, but to see it again back in person, 5 years off, it's been really good for our football team.